Good morning, everyone. This morning's talk is not available via Skype as I now open to connect. I need to download a plugin in. That will take a little while, so I will leave it for now. Currently, the session is live via Facebook streaming. Live via Facebook streaming. So you can join it, and I will post this message also on it. Okay, this message I have posted it on that it is available via Facebook streaming alone. So welcome each one of you to this talk. Awareness is the only medicine. There is a way of looking at the world and its affairs your way. Someone sent a message saying that you are important for that person as long as somebody else does not come in the picture. Specifically, this statement relates only to normal male-female relation. You like someone, the moment someone else comes in, the matter changes. But this is the realm that you have known. There is a realm that belongs to Buddhas, where everything is different. For Buddha, every sannyasi, every seeker is as important as anything else. He is the gardener. For gardener, every seed is important. Every plant is important. But he looks into the stages of the growth of each plant. There are certain plants where the flowers have blossomed, they have to be picked up. Next one, where the buds have to be picked up, because flowers are also important for the market, buds are important as well. And then when he finishes that, he comes back to those plants which are now in a state of hibernation, which will take a little while to grow. Then he comes to prepare the flower bed for those seeds to be planted. This is totally a different world. It is like the hospital where doctor knows every patient. Certain patients just need a little care which can be done by the nurses. There are certain patients who need care, a little extra care. The doctor, the surgeon refers them to another person. Then comes those who need intense care and attention that can only be provided by the physician or the surgeon. This is how the realm of Buddha goes. But he is concerned about everyone. He knows the inner progress of each one of you. There are thousands of people who connect to me via different social media and intuitively through thought process as well. When the vibration reaches from a particular seeker far away, just a simple remembrance, a word, Master, need you, the message comes. The response goes immediately. They are known to me. When Subhuti had asked in Diamond Sutra a question, will there be anyone who will understand these sutras 500 years after? Buddha says, Subhuti, if I have to depict this in 3 dimensions, I will say that Buddha took his hands and put it over Subhuti's mouth. When someone is talking and you want to stop it, don't say such things. Buddha would have done that. Subhuti, what are you saying? Don't say such things. And immediately he puts his fingers over the lips of Subhuti so that he does not continue to speak. There will always be, Subhuti, Buddhas who will understand whenever these sutras are spoken. And then he says that, Subhuti, through my Buddha cognition, I know them all. They are all known to me and as dear as anything else. Each one of my monk is known to me. His inner progress is known to me. When the world sleeps, you are sleeping in a state of unconsciousness. You are unconscious because in sleep either you are dreaming, maybe a few moments. The state of deep sleep comes only for a few moments. And during that time, the nectar that oozes in you keeps you alive for a long time. During the moments when you are in deep sleep, dreamless sleep, or you are asleep, you are still known, connected to the Buddha. That is the time his energy field moves. In Sufi terminology, this is called the Gaivana Tawajjuh. Tawajjuh means attention. Gaivana means that is beyond the known realms. It is like the cyberspace. How does internet work? You send a message, whether you are asleep or asleep, the message reaches and goes in escrow for you. Now, when you turn on your device, you connect it and you realize, oh, I got the message from the Master. Oh, I got the mail from this person. Because this you understand. But you have not learned the subtle mechanism of communion with the Master. The message, when you are asleep, the message goes to you. You have to learn to decipher this message, say, yes, indeed, this message is for me. The world of Buddhas is different. There, everybody, every seeker, every individual is as important as the other. The seed is important. The plants that are bearing the buds, they are important. The plant with full bloom flowers is also important. The plants that need nourishment, they are also important. In the garden, different plants are at different level of growth and need care differently. So too, in the garden of Buddhas, each seeker is at a different level of growth and needs to be cared in a different way. There are certain generalizations, but the journey of each seeker is individual, and that happens with communion between the Buddha and the seeker. This is a unique way. So it does not happen that when someone else comes in, then you are relegated to the background. It is not so. So awareness is a state of no mind. Awareness is the only remedy. There are myriad illnesses. Their nature is varied. But there is only one health. The quality of health is one. Health happens only one way and is always the same. Whether I am healthy or you are healthy, the feel of health remains the same. Diseases are millions, wrongs are many, but the right key that unlocks all doors, the master key, is only one. And rather than cutting the branches or pruning the leaves, cut the very roots. Cut the very roots. There are many people who go on pruning the leaves or cutting the branches. These are the ones who are moralists. A moralist cannot be spiritual. A moral person is somewhat stupid. He is stupid in the sense that he thinks that by cutting the leaves and branches, he is going to destroy the tree. It never happens that way. You cannot destroy the tree. If you want to remove the tree, you cannot do that by pruning the tree. You cut one leaves and the tree will respond with 3 leaves instead. The foliage will become thicker. This is why during the beginning of the winter season in autumn, the plants, special plants that grow during the winter season, they are pruned in preparation for the upcoming winter season. You cut one branch, the tree will pour its sap and juice into another branch, and the other branch will become thicker and bigger. This is what happens in your life. This is the reason that the gardener goes on pruning, preparing the trees for the upcoming season. Somebody is against sex, so he represses it and cuts that branch. Now the whole energy becomes anger. You need not suppress it, you have to understand it. Watch it with widely open eyes, the eyes penetrating vision of a Shiva. Shiva's vision is the meditative vision. Now the whole energy becomes anger. You will find stories in Indian scriptures. The stories like that of sage Durvasa, a great saint who repressed his sex totally and then became an embodiment of anger. Although anger was used somehow out of his awareness, he learned to use his anger. Or sometimes it happens you may not be aware, but your anger is used as a tool. It was just red hot anger. It is bound to happen. You cannot destroy energy ever. It is not possible in the very nature of things. Energies can only be transformed. You have to learn to transform, but never destroy. If you are close one outlet, the energy will start flowing from the another source. If you close the front door, then the back door will start flowing. And from the back door it is more dangerous because it makes you a hypocrite. Your life will have a double standard. You start living a dual life. You say one thing and do another. You show one thing and you are another. You become more and more split. My emphasis is also exactly the same as Atisha's, the Tibetan Buddhist master. You come to me with 1,001 problems, but my answer is always the same. You come with anger, I will say be aware of it. You come with greed, again I will say be aware of it. If you come with lust, again the answer is be aware of it. Awareness cuts the very root. It is the remedy. And what is the root? Unawareness is the only root. I have heard in a monastery, in an ashram, a master lived with some of his disciples. One of them was the chief one. So one day the master said, I want to go in intense austerity. So tomorrow I will be going to another place, in a solitary place. So the disciple was happy. He said, I will make all the arrangement for us to go there. The master said, no, you cannot go, you have to stay here. Why do I have to stay here when you are not here? Remember, this is an ashram where the seekers come. And every time when a seeker comes, he needs to be attended. And when I am not here, who is there to take care of it? So you have to stay and take care of it. And before I go on this voyage, tomorrow morning I will go into silence, and then 3 days after I will leave on my pilgrimage. So the disciple decides that he must find out from him what he should do when the master is not here. When the master was here, it was easy for him. Whenever anybody come or any problem comes in, he rushes to the master to find the answer. So he goes to the master. He is in silence. So he asks a question, what am I to do when you are not here? And someone comes with a question. What is the remedy do I have to give it to the person? he indicated towards a notebook. So disciple knew that silent communion between him and the master. So he went and he brought the book and the pen. In that book, master wrote a word, awareness. And he handed over to this. The disciple thought over it, awareness, awareness. So next morning he goes to the master again. Is there anything before awareness or after awareness that probably you had missed and you just wrote awareness? He again pointed towards the notebook and the disciple brought it. He took the pen and wrote awareness, awareness, and handed over to the Sikh. Awareness, awareness. He pondered over it. Some time after he came back and he said, is there anything missing again? Because awareness, awareness. He again pointed towards the book. He brought it. He put a plus sign between the two. Awareness plus awareness. Oh, awareness plus awareness. But this seems still incomplete. Awareness plus awareness. Still there will be something missing. So Master, please help me. So he says, awareness plus awareness. And he puts a sign equal. Equal. Awareness plus awareness equal to what? 1, 2, 3. What? So he again goes there and same way the master says, and he writes. And he write again a word awareness. Awareness plus awareness equal to awareness. Everything is awareness. Awareness plus awareness equal to awareness. It's a different kind of reaction, a chemical reaction. It's not like manganese dioxide. It's not like two molecules of hydrogen, one molecule of hydrogen and two molecules of oxygen. And the chemical equation is formed to get the oxygen or the water. It's a different kind of alchemic reaction. Awareness plus awareness is equal to awareness. It is awareness cuts the very root. It is the only remedy. What is the root? Unawareness is the root. One can be angry only if he is unaware. And anger comes in this particular moment. If you become aware, you cannot get angry. If I ask you now, can you get angry? What are you talking about? How can I get angry? There has to be a reason for me to get angry. Can you get angry without a reason? Even if you try to act, you cannot act anger properly. So sometimes I wonder when these actors are acting in a particular scene of the movie, anger, and the way they stammer, because in anger one begins to stammer, how they do it so professionally that the anger looks very real, more real than the real. One can get angry only if he's unaware. Try to be angry and aware together, and you will find it impossible. You will be either aware or unaware. When you are aware, anger will not be found anywhere. It's like the moment light comes in, you cannot find the darkness. And never try to take the lamp and just to find where the anger is, where the darkness is. A man decided he was going to find the darkness and then lock him into the room so that it never bothers him again. So he took his lamp and walked through the corridor to find the darkness. As he walked with the lamp, he could never find the anger, and he told the person there is no darkness anywhere. So when you are aware, then anger will not be found, and you may be angry and awareness will not be there. It has disappeared. Up to now, no one has been able to manage both together. And I do not think you can prove that exception wrong. Try it. It is possible you may think both are happening, but if you minutely watch, you will find when awareness is there, anger is not. Because anger is absence of awareness. And when anger is there, awareness is not there. Unawareness is the root of all illnesses. Awareness is the only remedy. Buddha says, I am a physician. And once somebody asks, you again and again say that you are a physician. I do not see any medicine around you. What medicine do you prescribe when a patient comes to you? Buddha responded, my only medicine, I have only one medicine, and it is awareness. I prescribe awareness. Whatever is the problem, be aware. And it has to be brought not from the chemist. You have to change your inner chemistry to bring it. You have to change your inner chemistry to bring it. Yes, indeed, you have to change your inner chemistry. Right now, your inner chemistry functions in such a way that it produces an awareness and unconsciousness alone. As toxins, it can be changed. It can be de-automatized. How you do it? You will find it in the sutras that are to follow. The sutras. But remember, one method is enough to correct all wrongs. And that method, that remedy is awareness. And how will you know that you have attained it? Awareness is something inner. It is so deep that nobody can see it. Still you become aware. Everyone who has a little intelligence, who have eyes to see, will become aware of it. Remember, as awareness happens, at the inner core, compassion starts radiating. Love starts radiating. And the simplest method, you look into your life. Are you becoming little by little more loving? Or where earlier you used to get angry and used to behave in a stereotyped manner, are you behaving in the same manner now? You will find a vast difference. Each one of you who are connected in one way or the other to Buddhas, you will realize that your life is changing in a way that sometimes you do not understand. I would have acted in this situation not this way. What has changed in me? What has changed in me, and why am I acting differently against my normal way? it is the alchemical change that has taken place. The awareness has come into you. Buddha says, light the candle of awareness in your heart. Light the candle of awareness in your heart, and your whole being will radiate compassion. Compassion is the proof. Unless compassion happens, remember, you must be deceiving yourself. You must be doing something else than being aware. Compassion is the aura of awareness. Compassion is the aura of awareness. Always remember, if that happens, if you get the compassion overflowing, compassion means that quality. When you start being concerned about the other, something that you never paid attention to earlier. Now you see someone in distress, you share, and that becomes the way of compassion. For example, you can try concentration, but it is not awareness. And the man who concentrates can never show compassion. Compassion is not the consequence of concentration. Concentration means focusing the mind and narrowing it to one point. The concentrated mind becomes very powerful, but remember, it is still is a mind. Very powerful and more so more dangerous than ever. Consciousness is totally different. It is not focusing. It is unfocused attention, unfocused alertness. For example, right now you are listening to me. You can hear in a concentrated way. You can be focused on me. Then you will miss the birds and their songs. You will miss the noise on the road and the sound of the cars speeding as well. Then you are not aware. Then your mind is becoming more and more narrow. Awareness is not narrowing of the mind, instead disappearing of the mind. Disappearing of the mind is awareness. The narrowing of the mind makes the mind more and more mind. Hence we have a Hindu mind, a Muslim mind. The communist mind is more of a mind because these are the processes. Hinduism, Christianity, all these are the methods of narrowing the consciousness. Somebody is focused in Das Capital or the Communist Manifesto. Next one is focused in Quran or Dhampad. Somebody else is focused on Bhagavad Gita or Bible or anything else. These are all focused people. They create narrow minds in the world. They create conflict and do not bring compassion. For thousands of years, religions have existed, but compassion is still a faraway dream. We have not been able to create a world that knows what love is, what friendship is, what brotherhood is. Yes, we talk. We talk too much about all these beautiful things. In fact, the talk has become now nauseating. It is sickening. It should stop. No more talks of brotherhood and love and this and that. We have talked for thousands of years, but for no purpose. The reason is that a concentrated mind becomes more and more narrow, becomes more of a mind, and love is not the function of the mind. Love is the function of no mind. You can call no mind as heart. The kalp, the word that Sufis use, is nothing else but a state of no mind. And love is the function of kalp, not that of a heart. There is a difference between heart and kalp. Kalp is a state of no mind, when there is no thoughts arising. You can call no mind as heart. Both means the same. No mind and heart are synonymous. Awareness means you are listening to me unfocused. Of course, alertness is there. You have not fallen. And alertness means you are not falling asleep. You are alert to these birds, they are chirping, to the wind that passes through the trees, alert to everything that is happening in this precise moment. Concentration excludes much, includes little. Awareness excludes nothing and includes all. Awareness is a state of no mind. You are not focused. You are just a mirror reflecting and echoing all. There is beauty in it, and silence and stillness too. Silence and stillness too. Suddenly you are and you are not. And miracle, in that state the miracle begins to happen. In this silence you will feel compassion. Compassion for all those suffering. It has not to be practiced either. It has to come on its own. Atisha says, awareness inside, compassion on the outside. Compassion is the outer layer of awareness, the exterior of awareness. And awareness is your entirety, your subjectivity. Awareness is your anteriority, your subjectivity, and compassion is on the outer surface. Compassion is the way of relating and sharing your awareness with others. What you have experienced, you can share it only through compassion. These talks are nothing else but an embodiment or the expression of compassion. There is awareness inside, compassion on the outside. Compassion is the outer side of awareness, the exterior of awareness. Because when you look at anything there, it has inner side and the outer side. Awareness is the inner side of the wall, and compassion is the outer side of the wall. Compassion faces the world. Awareness faces you. Awareness faces you. It guides you. And through compassion you guide the others. This is awareness is your entirety, your subjectivity, and compassion is the way you interact. Compassion is the way you interact, you relate, you share with others. Only this much for this morning. Until tomorrow, take care.